everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I am going to be unboxing and reviewing the 4K picture from my latest 4K Steelbook pickup that I got for Night of the Living Dead. So this is the 1990 Tom Savini remake, not to be confused by the original George A. Romero movie. Now I have to tell you this, I am a big fan of this movie. I always was. To the point that I'm almost pinching myself that we actually got a 4K release for this. I never thought that day was ever going to happen. Now, in terms of the movie itself, I'm not going to say that it's drastically different over what we've seen already when it comes to the Romero original. It's all about updating, whether it's the practical effects, makeup effects. They do look very good in this movie. Even the acting, the score of the movie, everything is just dialed up. But here's the thing, we wouldn't have this movie if it wasn't for the original Romero. And I think it's great that we actually can check out two different versions when it comes to Night of the Living Dead. But the one thing that I do love that is drastically different in this one is the handling of the character Barbara. Because if you've seen the original George Romero, Barbara's character in it, she's very timid, she's very frightened, and she basically remains like that for most of the movie. Again, I can't say too much because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But in this one, she is very different. Like, she starts out that way. She's in shock, she's frightened. But she starts growing into her character and she becomes a very strong leading lady. And that's what I love to see when it comes to horror movies. A good, strong leading lady performance. And I think she is absolutely wonderful in this. Not only that, but we also got Tony Todd in there as well. And that man he's a legend. He really is. And I love his performance in this one. So yes, this one comes highly recommended. I think Tom Savini done a wonderful job. A very respectful remake to that original George Romero movie. Now, before I take us around this Steelbook release, I just wanted to make you aware of another video that I've done for Night of the Living Dead. And if you're a fan of this movie, you need to check out this release. I have it here beside me and I'm going to bring it in. But it is this release of Night of the Living Dead. So I got this from Amazon Germany years ago. And inside you get the movie. It's actually in the base of it here, if I can take it around. There we go there. As you can see, the movie is in media book form, sits nicely into that base. And to actually own such a release like this is quite special to me. And like I said, if you're interested in getting a closer look at this release, what I will do is I will leave a link in the description below for that video. And trust me, you need to go over and check this one out. Right, so I'm going to take us around this Steelbook release and then I'm going to come back and review the 4K picture. Right, so here we go, Night of the Living Dead. So there is a J card. Naturally, I want to bring it in and let you have a look at it. So up top, you see you get the synopsis of the movie. But in the middle, as you can see, we get so many special features on this one. And it is great to see, it really is. And then, of course, you got all your technical information down below and all your credits. So it's a simple paper J card and it just wraps around your Steelbook. Anyway, on to the Steelbook. And if you're familiar with this movie, you should be very familiar when it comes to the artwork on this Steelbook. So as you can see, you've got the title of the movie. You've got the house there. Basically in the middle of it, you've got the zombies all walking up towards it. Now, when it comes to the Steelbook, there is nothing going on in terms of debossing or embossing, and it has a simple matte finish to it. So yes, it's great to see that original poster artwork on Steelbook form. Anyway, that's the main artwork. I'll take us then onto the spine of it. And right around to the back, and you got a zombie, and she's holding a doll. I actually felt very sorry for that zombie in the movie. Again, I'm not going to go say too much in fear of spoiling it for anyone. But I think when you see the segment, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's great to see that that she's featured on the back of this Steelbook. So it's a nice image to have on the back of this. So what I'll do is I will open it up in full, and there you have it. Right, so turn it around, and inside you've got your discs. This is your 4K disc, Then, of course, you've got your Blu-ray disc, which is drastically different to the 4K. And then you've got the inside of the Steelbook, and as you can see, they're covering quite a few zombies that you see throughout this movie. So there you have it, folks. That is the Steelbook release when it comes to Night of the Living Dead. Right, so on to the 4K transfer. Now, I have to tell you, folks, Sony have knocked it out of the park when it comes to this 4K restoration. I can't get over how good it actually looks. Now, I just wanted to give you a heads up here because I get a lot of comments in my comment section about this, and I always have to make people aware of it. But when you're watching the start of this movie and the opening credits are coming up, just bear in mind you're going to have a soft presentation because there's two elements on screen. It always happens, but trust me, once the credits disappear, you will get a taste of what this 4K transfer is all about, and it is breathtaking, really is. Now, I watched the uncensored version. So that means the opening sequence to this movie is in black and white. And I have to tell you, I was very impressed by how good the black and white looked on this one. So much so that I actually wanted to see the entire movie in black and white, but unfortunately the option is not there. What happens is you get this sudden burst of colour. I think it's when the first zombie attacks. And bang, you're into colour. And when you see the way that Dolby Vision is implemented on this one, it's insane. It's intense, the colours. It really is. They're so vibrant, but they're very, very deep as well. I have never seen this movie looking as colourful as it does. Get used to the colour green. You're going to be seeing quite a lot of it because if you're familiar with the movie, there is a lot of greenery around them. Even during the nighttime segments, the colour green is going to stand out for you. Speaking of those nighttime segments, the black levels are insane on this one. They are beautifully, beautifully deep, and they do add an element of depth to that image. Even when you see the increased shadow detail, it makes the world of a difference. The grain structure is so consistent and so beautifully fine, and I was a little concerned there because when you see the opening sequence to it, you know, it's outdoors, so that means you're getting a lot of natural light, and the grain structure is just so beautifully filmic. And I was worried that once it went indoors, it was going to become, you know, increasingly heavy. Not a problem with this 4K restoration. The grain is consistent, and it stays consistent throughout. The image is so incredibly sharp, and there's just so much fine detail throughout this movie. Just look at some of the makeup effects. They hold up so well under the scrutiny of 4K. It goes without saying, there is going to be one or two scenes where the image looks a little bit soft, but I'm going to chalk that down to source material. But trust me, if you're a fan of this movie, you need to check out this 4K transfer. I stand by what I said. It breathes new life into this movie. It felt like I was watching it for the first time. And it's great when 4K can do that for you. It really is a gift. Not only that, but you're getting the added Dolby Atmos soundtrack on this one. I couldn't believe it. I was very surprised. And that's the beauty of Sony. They always go that extra step. And thankfully they gave us Atmos on this one. And I have to tell you, it's quite effective. The thing I couldn't get over, right from the get-go, is how clean everything sounds. The dialogue, everything. It just sounds so... You can make it every bit of detail when it comes to the sound. So yes, very clean. But not only that, but the implementation of those higher channels are effectively used. There's two scenes that kind of stood out for me. Any scene that you see in the basement of this movie, and you can hear a lot of going on above them, that's where your higher channels come into play. There's even a segment right at the end of it where you hear a helicopter, and the way that that helicopter just moves inside that sound space, it is quite convincing. Now, there's not too many scenes in terms of reference bass in this one, but when you do get it, it is very impressive, whether it's an explosion of a truck, which I'm not going to get into too much detail here because, again, I don't want to spoil the movie, and even that going back to that helicopter, you're going to appreciate some of the rumbling of bass that you get from it. So, like I said, don't be expecting too many bassy moments during this movie. It's not there. But trust me, when you do hear it, you're going to be very, very impressed with it. It's a very active mix as well at times, particularly when things get a bit chaotic. I think you're going to appreciate the rear channel activity that you're getting here. It's a wonderful, I mean a wonderful Dolby Atmos soundtrack. And again, all the credit goes to Sony for putting in so much effort here when it comes to this 4K disc. I couldn't be happier. So with that said, I am going to let you go. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could do, leave a comment down below. And please share your thoughts on this remake. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.